Good morning and welcome to World News. Today we are going to talk about liberal states. But first, we should know what is a liberal state. The liberal state is a democratic with the separation of powers guarantees the liberal of right people, including private property and free market. Liberal state respect democracy and free choice. We will now analyze one of the most voted questions by the viewers. Should liberal states promote their values abroad? Is force a legitimate instrument in the secure this goal? We are going to continue with Fabian, who represents Korea.
So before we started, I want to state that South Korea is a presidential democratic republic. So with this supports the idea that it is desirable to internationalize liberal thoughts and that liberal states promote their values abroad. But respecting the historical and cultural moments of each country or state, and that the use of force legitimates the philosophy of liberal ideology and democracy. Only by stating an example or giving an example, by observing the quality of the life and the satisfaction of the people that live there, that this can bring to the country the idea that is positive and for the world, help telling us that international relations can be constituted according by the philosophy of liberal thoughts.
Now we continue with Valentina, who represents United States.
Hello everyone, I'm Valentina Chavez. Me, as a representative of United States, I consider that it's important to promote the values of liberal states around the world. So, in the international system, there is a cooperation and good relation between states. For that, we have already seen with Iraq and Afghanistan that using hard power as military forces did not work to intimidate authoritarian states to become democratic states. Also, considering using military forces is against to the values that we want to promote, such as order, tolerance, stability, and of course, peace. I think that the best way is to use soft power, influencing and persuading the authoritarian states of a worldwide cooperation and alliances for the benefits and peace of all the world. Thank you very much.
Now we continue with Angelica, who represents France.
As a representative of France, it's important to say that freedom of opinion and cosmovisions is one of the principles of the liberal state, and yes, it's important to promote those values abroad. Of course, always respecting other states' liberty, and it's important to say that this increases the relations between states, and how those relations can make stronger relations, commercial or political. This increases the level of globalization around the world and reduce the level of poverty in other states, which is important. The use of force is not necessary since we want to claim peace as one of the values of the liberal state. We have used force in the past when we cannot still promoting war. Since we can have dialogue, we should discuss with words and arguments instead of use force. For example, activity like this. Thank you so much for this space where I can show my point and you guys can show your different visions of the same point. I'm very grateful.
Okay, that's really interesting, Angelica and Valentina. Thank you very much for inviting me for this presentation. It was really special. I really learned a lot. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you, everybody. We had a really good time together and see you in another occasion. Thank you.
And now we are back in the studio. We continue with Maria Jose and Sebastian.
Okay, thank you very much to the people who participate and give us their ideas. Give us how this influence both international relations and their business. This relation is observed when the countries that have connections promote the same ideals and when they have a relationship. Thanks to this, the business of companies in these countries have better communication and efficiency to import or export the products that they want.
Okay, in the other hand, we know that this question is really interesting for IB students due to we could implement liberal belief in our daily life. Liberals believe that individuals have both the right and the responsibility to participate in public debt. For business, it's really important to understand that the different points of view and ideas can help to generate commitment in a company and also with employees to motivate people because they know that will be heard. Also, liberal believe that individuals should be tolerant and respectful. This idea is also so important because to be a good leader, you first must be a good person. By using tolerance and respect from different point of view and the difference in your team.
Finally, we have a special guest, which is Angie, and he's gonna give us a little conclusion.
Okay, for me, it was an interesting topic about the liberalism and how they promote their value, and it depends how the countries apply soft or hard power, and how implement the force in each country about the international relations. As many countries said, liberal values are not always done in peaceful way because they promote wars. And for me, it was an interesting form of fun and show us an interesting ideas.